ABC News exclusive. We're very excited about this. An American hero right here in our studio this morning. Alek Skarlatos is one of the 3 Americans who helped take down a terrorist on a French train last week. He just got back here to the U.S. We're going to talk to him. There he is in just a moment. But first, a look at his welcome home. A hero's homecoming. Stepping foot in America for the first time since his life-saving actions, his family in tears. The whole airport cheering for Army National Guard Specialist Alek Skarlatos. New York City police officers lining up to salute him. This coming just 1 week after what was supposed to be a European vacation for 3 childhood friends. Instead, the unimaginable. While on a train from Amsterdam to Paris, a man appeared armed with an AK-47.
Alek just hit me on the shoulder to say, "Let's go," and ran down, tackled him.
Skarlatos, along with his friends Airman First Class Spencer Stone and college student Anthony Sadler, becoming international icons, receiving France's highest medal from the French president, telling the trio they gave the world a lesson in courage, will, and hope. And President Obama reaching out to commend and congratulate them for their courage and quick action. And it is an honor to welcome Oregon Army National Guard Specialist. Give it up for Alek Skarlatos. Yeah! Getting used to it, Alek. Getting used to it. Getting used to it.
Thank you. I appreciate
it. It truly is a privilege. And I hope you feel all that has come your way, all across, not just America, but the world. How about that homecoming at Newark Airport yesterday?
Oh, that was unreal. I was so grateful to everybody that showed up for that. That was just amazing. I mean, that many law enforcement officers showing up for that was just, it meant a lot to me for sure.
I know you were able to see your mother before you returned to the U.S., but it was the first time you got a chance to see your dad and the rest of your family. You said You're not really a hugging family, but there were a lot of hugs there, right?
There was, yeah.
And what was the first thing you wanted to say to them when you saw them?
Well, I mean, I just said it was nice to see them again. I mean, especially my older brother, Peter, been about 1.5 years since I've seen him, I haven't seen him since I got back from Afghanistan, so it was just really nice to see him especially.
I bet it was, all the way around. Hey, how's your friend Spencer? How's he doing?
He's still stuck in Ramstein, but he's doing great. He's in high spirits. Yeah, he just couldn't be here today, unfortunately.
Go ahead, take a sip. I know. Is all this settling in? I mean, I know you said originally, of course, it was a nightmare when it was happening, and now it's just surreal and a dream. The reaction from everyone all around the world, has it settled in a bit?
Absolutely not.
No?
No, I mean, like I said, I mean, even that night, I thought they would just question us and then put us on the next train to Paris. I didn't think it was going to be this big at all.
We see you and your friends receiving the highest honor from the French president. You know what President Obama has said about you as well, and it just seems like you are, part of it is that you all are so humble. You're really not wanting this type of attention at all. Take us back, though. What was going through your mind when you first saw the guy on the train and the fact that he was armed?
Well, I mean, I immediately recognized what was happening, and I just thought, there's just no way. There's no way this is happening right now. I mean, just the odds. I mean, but I mean, really, that was the only thought that I had, was just I couldn't believe that it was actually happening. And then we just acted, and I didn't have another conscious thought for the next 2 minutes.
And then we saw he was hogtied there. Was that a conductor's tie? I mean, how did you all
That was actually Chris Norman, the British guy. He was the one who did most of the tying up. He gathered up neckties from passengers and scarves and things like that, and he was the one who did the tying job on him. That was really good.
What was everyone doing when all this was happening? The response from everybody else on the train?
Well, everybody behind the terrorists just ran back about 2 or 3 cars, and then everybody in our train car either helped out in some way or just kind of sat there in shock.
Because you never think it's going to happen to you.
Not,
you know, people want to know, is it, you know, because you're proud you just got back from Afghanistan. Thank you for your service there and what you're doing with the National Guard. And people want to know, was it kind of like the military training kicking in too, or it was just doing what you had to do?
Honestly, like I said, we didn't have a conscious thought for the whole first 2 minutes, so it was just pretty much a gut reaction. We were just acting on adrenaline, doing what we had to do to survive. I mean, training kind of kicked in after he was already down, and like Spencer started providing medical care on Mark, who was shot through the neck, and I grabbed the AK and looked through the other train cars in case there was anybody else. And that was about the only. That was once we were able to think again. That was kind of when training kicked in. But before that, we were just trying not to die.
Yeah, I know, that's what you said. It was something as simple as that, and what goes along with it, the gratitude of everybody on the cover of People magazine. And that's the one that you said, well, I think we have a copy of that. Have you seen it yet?
Oh yeah, I saw pictures of it, yeah. That's also just unbelievable. Like,
how does that happen?
Exactly, I have no idea.
So what do you do now? What happens now?
I have no clue. I'm probably going to go back to Germany, hang out with Spencer.
Good.
It's all up in the air at this point. I don't even know what I'm doing once I leave here, frankly.
Well, we know what we're going to do right now because, as we said, the president of France honored you, and you also met the Belgian prime minister, and there was something about chocolates that you had mentioned, some Belgian chocolates that, so we thought,
sweet baby
thank you there,
Jesus.
Tommy. We thought it's the least that we could do, the best Belgian chocolate. And it's a word that's thrown around much too much, hero, and I know that you're very humble in your friends, but thank you. Thank you again for the service that you do for this country, what you did on that train, and just giving us something to feel good about.
Well, next time it happens, I'm going to be too fat to do anything.
I think you'll be just fine. Thank you, Alek.